Well, let's explore Russia's announcement it will end cooperation over the International Space Station a bit further and talk to James Head, who's a professor of planetary geosciences at Brown University. Welcome back to the programme, James. So what will this mean in practice, first of all? If Russia refuses to cooperate with its partners, what will it mean for the operation of the International Space Station?
Thank you, Robin. It definitely has an effect on it because it is a very cooperative and collaborative endeavor. And yet at the same time, the United States and ESA, European Space Agency, does have the capability to actually make up for that. Bringing astronauts up or launching several astronauts to the space station on the 20th of April using a SpaceX spacecraft, et cetera. So we can make up for the deficiencies. The real problem, though, is in how this works in terms of stereotypes and propaganda. Having Russians and American astronauts and cosmonauts, embracing and working together for a year, becoming fast friends, does not work in Putin's playbook right now. And I just would like to add a good example of this is going back to 1957 when Sputnik was launched. The year after that, the height of the Cold War, Russia was in the ascendancy, Soviet Union, and a young Louisiana pianist, Van Cliburn, went to Moscow to participate in the first International Tchaikovsky Piano Contest. He played Tchaikovsky, Rachmaninoff, and he was so good that he got an 8-minute standing ovation from the Russian audience, after which he gave a short speech in Russian, sat down, and played Moscow Nights. That event just destroyed all the negative stereotypes about the United States and about Europe and really made friendship in just that one event. And this is the kind of thing the space station cooperation does. It shows that we're friends at the level of the astronauts, the cosmonauts, the scientists, and we really need to preserve that. That is the big penalty, not the technical ones, but again, the stereotypes and propaganda that all of a sudden makes us think that, okay, the United States and Europe are working to destroy Russia. It's just not the case. And so those stereotypes will now be in the ascendancy, which is right into Putin's playbook.
Do you think, though, we will see an impact on future missions, including the first commercial trip, which was due in the next few days? Presumably that will be cancelled and potentially other ones as well.
Yes, there will be definitely very bad effects on all space science cooperation and collaboration. The European Space Agency and Russian collaboration on the Mars missions, on other missions that are ongoing, all of these things will have a negative effect on the scientists. But it'll probably be more of a negative effect, sadly, on the Russian scientists than it will be on the European scientists. So, in a way, these kinds of things, like I say, they're just isolation type of events, and they are, unfortunately, enhancing negative stereotypes within Russia today. So that all of a sudden now they're under siege. It's like, okay, we're under attack. We need to defend the motherland, and that only enhances the tensions. So all of this destruction of space cooperation is a very, very negative effect, both scientifically and politically.
When it comes to the International Space Station, that's run as a long-standing partnership between the US and Russia, isn't it? I mean, do you think it can be the same again, or do you think a partnership between other countries might result if this can't be resolved?
Well, I think we need to see how this plays out on the international agenda, if you will, because, of course, China has a space station now, and Russia and China have started space collaboration and cooperation. And, of course, the European Space Agency and the United States have been partners for many, many years, as well as other international partners. So as we go forward, I'm optimistic that in the long run, we still have scientist-to-scientist cooperation and collaboration between our European, our Russian colleagues, et cetera. We continue that on a daily basis, literally, working on science together. This is below the level of the international interactions, and the President's Science Advisor, a previous President's Science Advisor, John Holdren, just published a paper, a letter in Science, the International Science magazine, that said, do not abandon our Russian scientific colleagues. So we will maintain those ties, and we'll play in the long term, try to decrease the stereotypes and hope for a better future using science and space as a platform for cooperation as much as possible.
James Head from Brown University, great to talk to you as always. Thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Robin.